Sankok.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity, Honorable Speaker.
Honourable members, hold on your time. But please, honourable members, just to give everybody comfort, up to now I have 77 requests. Now, as I was told, there are members who came here at 1:30. So some of you who came at 2:15, which is quite early. I'm sure, and that's why some of you are telling me you came at 2. But I was told there are members who are here at 1:30. So now, members, what do? I will just, but take this assurance from me. This being a constitutional amendment bill, I will ensure that as many voices, at least not less than not less than the majority of the members of this house will have to speak to the bill. It doesn't matter how long it takes us, because this is very, very serious business. It is the future of the country, and I think we need to hear as many voices as possible. So don't bother coming to check, because now I have no way of knowing who came at 1:30. But at least I can remember the faces that I saw when I first sat here. But there were so many. Even at that time, there were more than 70. So surely it's very, very complex. It's very complex. Yeah, when you see the Honorable Sankok, because he's been sitting there for a long time, I have sympathy with the member for Endebess. I know he was here in the morning. Member for the grandfather of the house has been quite unusually now physically present since yesterday, and he hasn't spoken. And you can see him, trotting around, having difficulties walking, but he has to wait. I think that's the spirit. This is the spirit of doing a constitution. So I want to encourage the Honorable Jimmy Angwenyi to continue, sit with the grandchildren, listen to them, then you will give them further advice next week. Honorable Sankok.
Once again, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity, especially in this very important day in our calendar, in the calendar of this country, a constitutional moment. Honorable Speaker, and you are right, because at 1:30, we already had enough quorum. Honorable Speaker, and from the onset, I want to say that I do support this particular bill, and I do support, Honorable Speaker, because it's very important so that we move forward together as a country. Honorable Speaker, we do have a few issues with it, but of course no document will ever be perfect. One of them is on the issue of inclusivity, Honorable Speaker. In the issue of inclusivity, Honorable Speaker, we are tending to create around 3 more positions, making it 5 positions, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, if we talk of our problem that bedeviling this country, which is ethnic negativity, Honorable Speaker, then we will only be able to include 5 tribes and exclude 37 other tribes, Honorable Speaker, and that one may be equated to exclusivity, not inclusivity, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, in future, if we have to amend this constitution, Honorable Speaker, we'll think of inclusivity in terms of probably having the president being a man, the deputy president being a woman, the prime minister being a person with disability, the deputy prime minister being a youth, so that we can really bring the real issue of inclusivity. Because if we bring inclusivity in terms of tribes, it will end up being exclusivity, Honorable Speaker, because we have more than 42 tribes in this country. We cannot all of them have all of them being in the apex of leadership, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, and why I talk of the Prime Minister, Honorable Speaker, position, I may vie in 2032 as a running mate, crawling mate to Moses Kuria, Honorable Speaker. I'll not run faster than him. Honorable Speaker, This issue of the winner, take it all, Honorable Speaker.
What is the point of an Honorable Millie Odhiambo?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I do not want to interfere with Honorable Sankok, especially because he's speaking very well about inclusivity. He's just forgotten to include the intersex. But having said that, Mr. Speaker, I want to just seek your direction, Mr. Speaker, based on what the guidance that you have given. As a matter of fact, I didn't come in the morning, and I've not even actually put a request today. I was just interested in listening to members, because I'm under the impression that when we are dealing with a constitutional matter, so long as there is still interest, every member will speak. But your pronouncement seems to suggest otherwise. Just so that I know, Mr. Speaker, so that even if I don't get a chance to speak, then at least I go on record that I didn't get time, Mr. Speaker. I come from a human rights background, and it is important to know that if I've not got an opportunity to speak, it's because there was no time. And also, if Suba people ask me why I didn't speak, it's because I didn't have time. So perhaps if you can just give us an indication that I've not spoken. I spoke on the issue of yesterday. It was a point of order. I didn't speak substantively to the issues. So, and I do not also want to interfere with the members. I came very late today.
So what is the point, so that we don't take too much of his
because
time?
Majority leader keeps interfering with me, so that I'm not very clear on what I'm saying. Mr. Speaker, what I'd like to know, because ordinarily when we are discussing a constitutional matter, so long as members show interest, so what I would want to know is, will we continue? Maybe I missed that out. Will we continue? And that does therefore mean that we can continue to next week, because we'll not finish today.
You know, Honorable Millie Odhiambo, I know you could be having some problem because you are not, your background is human rights, not arithmetics. Now it is almost 5 p.m. Every member speaking for 15 minutes. I have 75 requests pending, 76. And I've indicated that it is my desire to see as many of you as desire to speak to this bill, speak, get a chance to speak. So I think that should suffice.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Maybe, Honorable Millie, there's a problem with the mask. I can see you shaking your head. It will continue. It will continue.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I think you will add me.
Yeah, I will add you 3 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. You know, yesterday I was forced to speak in my mother tongue, Kimasai, in this house because, Honorable Speaker, we are now outsiders in the government that we really struggle to form, courtesy of ODM, Honorable Speaker, and the professional ODM hecklers cannot come again and heckle us down in this house, Honorable Speaker. They should give us enough time to speak, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I was speaking before I was rudely interrupted on the issue of the winner, take it all, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, when it comes to the winner, take it all, Honorable Speaker. An election is a competitive process, Honorable Speaker. In any competition, there is always a winner and a loser, Honorable Speaker. We cannot have a competition that will not, because that will not be the democracy. And that is why in democracy, the majority will have their way and the minority will have their say. That is the spirit of democracy. In democracy, there must be a winner and there must be a loser. We cannot have an election process that will not have a winner. So I will, a winner and a loser, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, at times, the winner have 40%. The losers in combined have 60%, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, if you see that these are the losers, Honorable Speaker, then you will find that we cannot solve this issue of the winner take everything.
Mr. Speaker, a member was speaking to you when Honorable Sankok was speaking. Mr. Speaker, this is the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya. We are not in somewhere else outside there, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, some of the statements that Honorable Sankok is making here cannot be parliamentary, Mr. Speaker. They are derogatory, Mr. Speaker. Calling other members here hecklers, people who have come to heckle here, ODM members here, who have come to professional hecklers of ODM who have come. Mr. Speaker, this man, Mr. Speaker, has decided to go rogue, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
I withdraw, Honorable Speaker. I do withdraw. And apologize. You know, there was a time Honorable Junet called himself a cow. I did not call him so. It is not also parliamentary. So, Honorable Speaker, I have talked about that, the winner take it all, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, and again, this bill will cure the issue of post-election violence, Honorable Speaker, because Kenyans are very peaceful, Honorable Speaker. They are always very peaceful, Honorable Speaker. Before and after election, we live in peace, we intermarry, we borrow sugar from each other, we farm together, we work together, we do everything together, even our ceremonies we do together, Honorable Speaker, as Kenyans. But it only happened that we have violence just after election, Honorable Speaker. After the announcement of the election results, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, and we have to be genuine to ourselves. As much as we know that this bill will really cure this issue, Honorable Speaker, we have to be genuine to ourselves and know that who is the single denominator of violence, Honorable Speaker, in this country, Honorable Speaker. Who was in 1982 coup, Honorable Speaker, whose name appeared, Honorable Speaker. Who was in 1997, Honorable Speaker. Whose name appeared in 2007, Honorable Speaker. Whose name appeared in 2013 and 2017, Honorable Speaker. Because we can cure our post-election violence if we become genuine and true to ourselves, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, which name was missing in 2002 when we had a change of regime, Honorable Speaker, and it was very peaceful, Honorable Speaker, and there was no violence, Honorable Speaker, in 2002. So which is this common and single denominator of that particular violence period in Kenyan history, Honorable Speaker? And I can say without fear of contradiction that the single, you don't have to look far. The single denominator of violence went to Kibaki and shook hands and were peaceful. It means that there is a denominator of violence.
What is it?
Again, after shaking hands with Uhuru, then we have to maintain peace. There is a single denominator of violence, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the issue of patriotism.
What is it? What's your point of order? You see, what has happened? Give Honorable Bandi. You just
Which honorable?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think we need to ensure decorum in this House, and we need to realize and understand that this is August House. Mr. Speaker, the way Honorable Sankok is progressing with this contribution is stirring emotions for nothing, is bringing issues that this country is trying to forget, is trying to insinuate that Raila Odinga is the cause of violence and problems in this country by saying that he went to Kibaki and shook hands, and now he's going to Uhuru and shaking hands. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Sankok is a beneficiary of consideration of persons with disability, courtesy of Raila Odinga. And the way he's behaving, Mr. Speaker, is causing shame to the team that is representing this country. Is a disgrace, Mr. Speaker. And I wonder why he believes that any time he attacks Raila Odinga, he raises his profile. That is a cheap way of trying to cut an image in this House. Some of us have where we are because of constructive, meaningful, professional, intelligent contributions, Mr. Speaker. And someone who claims to have gone through the University of Nairobi and studied medicine should do much better than what you are doing, what he's doing, Mr. Speaker. I want to urge Honorable Sankok to get back to the debate of the BBI bill and contribute on behalf of the people he represents. Since he started speaking, I have not heard anything he has talked about regarding persons living with a disability. You are not nominated to this house to be a flower girl. You are supposed to represent the constituency for which you are nominated.